The Runner and Gunner Show. We're running and gunning and saying our thoughts, though we have different minds. At the same time, we bring the thought to help your mind grow in the mental. Give knowledge with advice plus all essentials. So if you haven't heard, then act like you know. It's the Runner and Gunner Show. Runner and Gunner Show. The Runner and Gunner Show. Gun.
He did some other things.
But didn't you say that you saw John Lennon and he looked at you and said, yeah, rock on?
The Runner and Gunner Show.
It is Wednesday, and we are about to sip for you.
And we're about to do some Wednesday cracks.
You want to listen to what a Wednesday crack sounds like?
Oh, I think they do, Gunner. Let's show them what it sounds like.
Let's crack. 1, 2, 8. Crack.
Whoa!
Oh,
it just went all over the place.
God.
Please clean it off with the boards and goddamn. Hopefully you didn't damage the.
In my eye. Now that's what I
Okay,
call
oh my
sick.
god, I got some ice coming down on mine. Well, next time, Gunner, I don't think we should let them frost so long because I think we overfrosted these ones, to be honest, because these things are. They look like Frosty the Snowman took them
It feels like they
inside of his
Oh,
butt,
no, he looked at me.
froze them.
Alright, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
Yep. Have you ever seen John Lennon? Wait, no, because John Lennon was dead before you were born. Everybody, I want to tell you something. If you want to listen to good music, then you're going to have to go back to the 60s when good music
existed.
still existed.
And the good things were even better. So,
We got a little clip for you from my dad talking about the 60s.
Ooh.
and this is real live footage from Gunner's dad.
Who else? They're good.
Open yours, let me.
Man. They were so right on. I saw the association.
Oh, that one is good.
Along comes Mary, and I took this little hottie. She was the our senior president.
Yeah.
And she was like the hottie. Her name was Mercy Gill. And I told my friend, his name was Charlie Salazar. And I said, man, come on, let's muster up $25. I think it was $25. Can you believe that? $25 a frontliner concert.
That's actually pretty expensive back in the day.
Oh, hell yeah. And I got Grandpa, thanks to Grandma, to spot me some money so that I can buy the ticket for Mercy Gill.
It's the Wednesday edition.
Oh my god.
All right, everybody. You heard it yourself. If you're a Lenny,
Don't even mind or bother.
don't even mind the bother.
Because
God help
you
you.
will never
Grow up.
figure out what the heck just happened.
Figure it out. We used to have a show called Figure It Out back in the day, and which kids figured it out.
But that show is long gone, and so the kids might have figured it out, or they might have just been jacked and dumb. So we don't know where they are now, but for the most part, the people are sane and doing great in time. So let's now
Talk about ghosts.
Ooh.
We're talking about ghosts. Have any of you seen a ghost? Have
Well,
any of you out there that have Runner? Have you seen a ghost? A ghost?
I seen a gloche one time in my freezer,
Wait,
and it was looking very tasty.
We have gulches right now. I've seen a grolsch before.
What'd you say? I'm sorry. Did you say a glosh?
No, I didn't say a grolsch, like the beers that we're sipping right now that were just popped open. I'm talking about a freaking grolsch.
A gross gloss?
No, I'm sorry. I meant a ghost.
Ooh.
I'm not talking about a grolsch. I'm talking about a ghost. Have you ever seen a ghost? Have you ever been in a room where you weren't supposed to be, or in a room that you were supposed to be, and all of a sudden it got kind of cold
And dark.
and all of a sudden you heard something,
What did you hear?
maybe a whisper, maybe a shadow of a whisper, maybe you even saw a shadow,
You saw something. If you did,
maybe that shadow even had a Abraham Lincoln hat on,
cappity cap.
and he was full of colors like a rainbow
But he got capped.
or like a penny that was wet on a summer's day. And
So,
then he just moseyed on out of eyesight. Did that ever happen?
well,
Did you ever see that kind of apparition in your life?
a long time
Anyways,
ago,
for reals.
I
believe that ghosts
strolling
exist.
in my hallway.
So Runner and Gunner are high. We're going to be talking about ghosts for the next couple minutes. If you're too scared on a Wednesday afternoon,
Then tune out! Because
you-
this is about ghosts.
ghosts, you
And
might
the
want to
real
skip
ghosts
forward.
that you want to know about are the ones that deactivate your motivation.
I did
And-
see a ghost once.
I did too.
Let me tell you about mine.
You go first.
I'll try to make it quick, even though it's a Wednesday edition when we have all the time in the world that we want. I've even seen 10-hour videos on YouTube. But let me tell you about the ghosts that I saw when I was young and still impressionable. So, we used to love ghost stories, Poltergeist the movie, Poltergeist Part 2, Unsolved Mysteries, Outer Limits, Star Trek. But anyways,
Star Trek.
we used to terrorize each other with ghost stories back in the day. Oh, my dad, who you just heard talk about how great the association was.
What a great band. Cheers to that guy. Cheers to your dad. And
Yeah.
cheers to the association and all the bands that he mentioned and his little thing. But back to the ghosts.
So what happened was we had this 5-room house, and not all the rooms were occupied.
Mm-hmm.
There was empty rooms with beds in them.
I bet.
And so, if you knew my dad, yeah, it would make perfect sense.
Did he
But I was
occupy
only
them?
3 years old. He definitely occupied them, but not with my mom. But anyways, he said to me that he saw ghosts in the house
I saw a ghost in the
when I was 3 years old. And then
You
he
were
also
only
told
3.
us that he drank so many Miller Lights that he saw the devil.
Whoa.
And the devil was sitting in the room with him. And he told us this when we were 3 years old.
Wait a minute. How many Millites does it take to see the devil? First off.
50?
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Okay, Gunner. Sorry.
So anyways,
Go on.
what
You
happened
were saying.
was, I was a little kid, we had bunk beds, and we had this 4th bedroom that was connected to the 5th bedroom by doorways. And so every now and again, I would see a copper-plated Abraham Lincoln run from my bedroom's closet into the master bedroom, which was the 5th bedroom. It was the biggest bedroom in the house.
Very creepy.
And my sister used to see it too. She would say, "There he goes." And we'd look and we'd see copper-plated Abraham Lincoln.
What the heck was he doing in your house?
And you know when you wet pennies and they kind of got a little mist on them? A little colorful mist, like a rainbow? That's what he looked like. Years later, I realized that it was just my imagination. And I was faking seeing this copper-plated Abraham Lincoln just so I could be cool to my sister, because she was convinced that she saw it, and so I convinced myself that I saw it, But I didn't. I didn't see it. And so that is why I question the existence of physical ghosts today, because all the ghosts that I ever told anybody that I've ever seen, I lied. It was a lie that I told them that grew out to be much more than a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trapped in this lie, and I had to retell the story of this same lie.
So, did you retell it, or when you retold it, did the story come out differently every time? Like,
it was
did
exactly the same.
Get bigger, or did Lincoln's skeleton get smaller, or did
the Lincoln skeleton stayed as
625?
solid as calcium? The Lincoln calcium that came out of this ghost story was that I was just trying to impress my sister by telling her that I saw
her lie.
What she lied about, probably, or what she said she saw. But I didn't ever see it. I didn't ever see a copper Abraham Lincoln. Maybe I did in my imagination.
Yeah.
And I was 3 or 4, so
maybe you did.
Perhaps that was
in the mind.
Really what I did.
Because the child mind is the most powerful thing. They could imagine anything that we cannot even see now.
But then, years later,
dun, dun, dun.
When I was 15 years old, not 3 anymore, my dad, the same dad that you all know and heard from earlier in the show, who loved the Association, Tommy James and the Shondells, and of course, John Lennon and the Beatles.
Occupied by him.
He lived in a different house with a different wife, his 4th or 5th maybe.
Whoa.
4th, 5th wife. But anyways, she was very kind. Many houses, many rooms.
Yes.
This particular house had 5 rooms, but they all ran through the living room. All 3 rooms ran through the living room.
3 of them. Okay.
And the last 2 ran by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me the house was haunted. I slept there for years. And when I was 15, suddenly he tells me the house is haunted. And suddenly I become scared. And then all of a sudden, I don't want to sleep there no more because he said there's ghosts. And it was fake. Because you know why? I did hear ghosts that night.
So, female ghosts rape people at night. What a freaking weird story.
Obviously, they got vaginas.
What the heck happened at that house?
So anyways, this
how
is what
many
happened.
of them actually physically were after you?
So the first room is the room where everything takes place in. And I was in the first room, and everyone went to sleep, and I couldn't sleep because I was scared. And all of a sudden,
good night, everyone.
I heard somebody say, Ulysses is your king.
Ulysses is your king.
Ulysses is your king.
And so what happened with Ulysses? Who the heck? All right, first off, who is Ulysses? And explain.
First of all, I don't know who Ulysses is. If anybody out there...
Ulysses is one of the gods of the Greek gods. So,
yeah, right?
Yeah. We know that.
So Ulysses
was one of the Greek gods.
Was the ghost in the house.
And I think, really... Wow, so you're being haunted from a god from Greece, and you're in the United States, California.
Yeah.
So that's kind of strange, but it's possible. I think.
It said Ulysses is real.
Or Ulysses S. Grant, which is one of the greatest presidents of all time
maybe that's what
of the United States. And
Ulysses grants
he was actually one of the
wishes of your command. And I should have been listening more.
But did you know Ulysses S. Grant was the one who was the most drunk president of all time? Every day of his life he was drunk. He was actually an alcoholic, but he was planning the best wars. Yeah, I think he was actually in the Civil War. If you guys look it up, please look it up. But I think he was in the Civil War way back then.
But what you don't know is Ulysses S. Grant worked in a butcher house forcibly by his father at the age of 11.
Father.
And they forced him to work at the butchery where he saw them tear apart animals night and day. And so when he came to the Civil War, it was just like the butchery.
We got to thank him for giving us chicharrones. So he was the inventor of chicharrones. What it comes down to is that he was the first guy who ever chopped up pork straight off the skin.
So,
and his daddy probably fried it up
your ghost stories, runner.
So, back in 1950,000. No, it wasn't too long ago. To be honest, I don't have very much ghost stories. But there was a guy who told me this crazy story in a crazy place called Lake. And it was also called Whittier Narrows. And there was this guy who told me this tale. And he's a big old freak and he'll believe anything. But I actually believed him for 0.0001 seconds. So, when he told me this story, I was so scared that I briefly took a sip. Anyways, what happened was
Take a sip of that.
there were ghosts walking through Whittier Narrows one late night, and actually me, my son, and my son's mom at the time were walking through Whittier Narrows. We heard ooh, 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 and then we looked up and I seen nothing. But the guy had said a few days ago that there were bodies laid out in that same area, and I was like, oh my God,
Did
were
you
we
see
there?
shadows?
Were we there the night that it happened? Because I heard noises like little screeching in the bushes.
Oh!
But we had taken off right before that happened. So I drove by there a couple weeks later and nothing. But I did find out later on that there were actually people that had gotten somewhat of a surprise that they didn't want to happen, and their life has ended shortly.
Oh, yeah.
But that is a true story which had happened with me walking through a place called Whittier Narrows. But the story I was talking before about was about a guy who had witnessed some freaking headless horseman guy riding around, and his parents had told him this whole story. I'm not going to say his name, but he said that his parents had seen a horseless, what's that tale about the headless horseman who throws the pumpkins? So they claim that they seen the actual headless horseman, but the headless horseman of Southern California, both his parents seen it, even his dad, his dad is actually cool, but his mom, we know that. But they claim they
saw her
seen
last
it.
week
They claim
on that show.
And they claim that they seen it, and they swear to God that's a true story. They put it on everything till this day. And this is a true story coming from that guy. But my true story was actually real. And yes, we did run into some coyotes. So I did have a little 2-year-old, and I had a little baby's mom, and I had me. And these freaking coyotes were right there. I had to just drive right through them with the stroller. Not drive, but push the stroller right through that stuff. And that was a lot more scary than actually seeing a ghost. So I actually went through that with my son, who was about 2 years old at the time. So that kind of freaked me out more than a black and white ghost would have. But like I said, my friend seen a ghost at the same time over there. So that's the ghost story. He's seen one headless horseman driving through that area. So weird, so strange, not leaving anybody in despair, and disarranged.
Who's that I see walking in these woods?
Ghosts versus coyotes. What is scarier?
What is scarier?
I'll tell you what. My dad, who you just heard earlier, Gunner's dad, he actually is from Mexico. He was born in Tampico. Yes, my dad is Mexican, born for Mexico.
Tampico.
He still believes in chupacabra. But more than that,
I do too.
He believes in little green aliens from Mars.
I do not.
So he believes that aliens, little green aliens, with big eyes and skinny faces and skinny bodies, and that are green, and they're from Mars,
what are they
still
gonna do?
exist.
He thinks they're gonna abduct him. So he thinks one day he's walking down the street, a beautiful day, beautiful summer's day, and why the hell does it always happen in summer? Why the hell does it always happen in the hottest states?
Why the hell does it always happen when people don't know?
why the hell does it happen when you're by yourself? Why don't they abduct a group of people? Why don't a group come back and say, hey, we all, like 5 people, we were chilling at the park, all 5 of us, and then a freaking beam came up and beamed us
all.
And then Scotty shot us to the air, you know?
Yeah.
But nobody ever claims
Cheers
that
to
Scotty.
that.
It's always like one crazy guy. I'm not saying your daddy's crazy because I love him, but at the same time, I'm saying it's always either one or
He
one.
didn't say he was abducted.
It's always an individual who claims that they were the ones abducted, or they're the ones that were witnesses. So how come it was never a group? Is the part I'm wondering. Like, how come?
The part I'm wondering is that part doesn't bother me. Like, all right, you freaking took a bunch of acid and you hallucinated something. That's
hey,
cool.
that's great.
The part that I don't know.
That's just called having a good time. I wish I could see aliens. Excuse me, everybody.
I ain't saying my dad took acid. I'm just saying that's what I think.
But back in the
what I also think is that when I tell those same people, I say, oh yeah, I also believe in life outside of Earth because there's rocks on Mars, and those rocks have molecules, and in each side of every single one of those molecules, there's an atom, and in each side of any atom, anywhere, there is life. There's a plutonium, and it is spinning as fast as fire, and there is life in it. There's minerals.
That is more true than the alien thing. I mean, that's why they believe that aliens can exist.
When I tell them
if there's life,
that I believe in life because there's rocks, they say no.
Wait a minute.
I am not talking about rocks having atoms. I'm talking about little green aliens with big eyes, with little skinny bodies and a little skinny chin. And I'm like, dude, you're freaking tripping.
That's the perspective of what the government wants you to see. But you're right. I agree with you to the point where there is existence outside of Earth, and the existence doesn't have to be little green weird people. It could be just freaking molecules or cells, and it can be some kind of life. You know, there might be fish we don't know how, because fish can survive off of anything. So it doesn't matter how cold, but how hot is the whole different thing. But there are environments that are colder and hotter, and you know
they say there's scorpions on Venus.
Yeah, you see exactly. So they have a different type of, just like we're cold-blooded and warm-blooded. But what if there is what is universal-blooded? What if there is universal-blooded?
Or blooded. We don't know about.
Whatever. Yes.
The Blitzblob mineral.
Yes. And they have that. You see, we don't know if that's out there. It could be. It could not be. But it just might be. And they might be the aliens that are out there. But if there are any intelligent life forms out there, listen to the Run and Gunner Show right now. Listen to Running a Show. Tune in every Wednesday, Thursday, and Monday.
All right, one more trippy thing to talk about before we move on to the next section is that what if thousands of years ago man have already lived this existence?
Thousands of years
but not only this existence, but they lived an existence that is like 5,000 years post what we're living right now.
Prior now.
So what if people back then already put rockets to Mars?
Wow.
What if people back then already put rockets to the moon?
Dang.
And then everybody died off and we just don't remember that we did it.
So you're saying it could have happened in the post-lifetime, but nobody now remembers that.
But obviously they died because they're not there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying, damn, well, this is a whole new subject, and that will make your brain tick-tock.
Anyways,
that'll wake you up.
Think about it. Comment in
on a beautiful Wednesday.
The runnerandgunnershow.com, the runnerandgunnershow@gmail.com. Go ahead and give us an email.
We want to open your minds. We want to make you think about it. You know, think about everything.
Yeah.
Think about the possibilities. Your possibilities could be correct. Any possibilities could be correct.
Any possibilities.
So
it's
pretty much
freaking. What's that football player's name who we just saw right now?
Tom Brady, old man.
Tom Cruise Brady win the Super Bowl once again when he is 45 years old, and will Gronk, the Kronk, who I met incidentally. A funny story. I met Gronk on the set of SEAL Team. Oh, my bad. Runners. Hold on, we're getting a message. It is actually It is Wednesday.
What day? I think the aliens abducted our brains for a second. We're back. See? It could happen at any moment.
Wednesday the
Watch out.
8th. You know, we don't actually know
Those might have been the Green
what's
Little
going to
Men.
happen on the 10th when Tom Brady comes back to fight the Cowboys. Do we know that they will win at the last moment? No.
That is just all prediction
By a
and
field
mental
goal?
mind. But
No.
I wouldn't bet on too much money on the on the Bucks winning by 8 if you know the price. But I'm just saying.
We're talking about space,
it
right?
might be a close game.
Is there
But
time and space?
is there space and time?
Exactly.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is the Run and Gunner Show, Wednesday the 8th.
We keep you moving. And grooving, baby. All day.
So, anyways, we got another
So let's
thing to talk
move along
about.
with the
Mike-
best subjects.
Michael
that we
K.
have.
Washington.
Michael K. all day.
Michael K. Washington
We
died.
love this guy so much. He was in so many great movies, and this poor guy. You know, we really care for this guy.
I saw
Thought
him.
He was cool.
I was working on a movie.
Gunnar actually met him.
I'll be in a movie called 892. I'm not
He
supposed
was
to talk
pretty
about
much.
it.
He was in a lot of
But
series.
you heard it here first on the,
The
Run and Gunner
Purge
Show.
Archery. Body Brokers 2021 just came out.
Yeah.
He was in Boardwalk Empire.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's where he became a star.
He was in Superfly.
Michael K. Washington
the
from
new
Boardwalk Empire.
Superfly.
He was in Superfly with the guy.
He was in The Purge 1, of course, and 2.
He had a
So-
signature scar on his face that raced down.
And the most
his
famous
chin.
role he ever did
It was
in
awesome.
Django. Django.
Oh yeah,
He was in
Django.
Django.
He died.
So he did that, and we respect him, and we just want to say, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, dog.
Because man, you bit the big one. But
I saw
hey,
him.
We'll see you.
I was
in
working
heaven.
on 892. I'm a soldier in that movie, and
Gunnar actually saw him.
He came up to me,
Listen
but
to
he
the
was
story.
rehearsing his lines. So when he came up to me, he wasn't talking to me. He was rehearsing his lines.
Where did you see him again? Tell him one more time so they could.
I worked on the film production set. And
Oh.
in case you don't know what a film production is, I worked on the movie 892 behind the scenes,
Wow.
wearing my First AD shirt
You hear that,
at
everybody?
firstad.com and
892.
amazon.com/everybody go ahead and look cool. I'm telling you.
And listen up
I
and go
saw
buy
him.
that shirt.
And he came up to me and he was speaking his lines. Looked me dead in the eyes and was speaking his lines. And I smiled.
Wow.
And I know that fool felt
that's
that
amazing.
smile.
That
Because
is
I was
amazing.
having a good time
That's
that day,
freaking
if you know what I
badass.
mean. Yeah, lots of fine ladies, freaking, whatever, freaking weed and coffee, food all day long. But anyways, my energy changed his energy, and that fool started laughing during one of the cuts.
Yes.
And then the
indeed.
dude from Blair Witch Project Part 2, he's like 6'5". I didn't know he was that tall. He was like, he said all his lines. He's like, "This is not a joke, soldier. This is very serious."
Yeah.
And he got back into character, but after it was set, after they cut, he started laughing again. And I knew
Damn.
it was because of me. Because all those fools were there all day long acting like sourpusses. But I looked him dead in the eye and I said, in my heart, I said, "Michael K,
Michael K. all day.
all day, dog."
Hey, Michael K. God rest your soul. We love you, man, and thank you for being a good humanitarian and doing your thing. So
Thank you, Michael
very
K.
good.
This cheers is for Michael
This
K.
cheers for Michael K.
Michael
Rest your
K.
soul.
Washington. Live.
And he lives on throughout the screen,
And he lives on.
and he made his dream happen, And that's what it's all about, making your dreams happen. Michael K. did it. You can do it, too.
And this is the time of the day when we call him on the
Really?
phone and record
All
it.
right.
All right.
All right. Well,
here we go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is during Him's binge. Him was there the other night. We love this guy, but he sometimes is not all right.
And if
He
he
is cool
answers,
as
we're
hell.
going to ask him, has he broken up with her?
The big question is, has he broken up with her?
And if he says no, hang up.
Instantly. And he'll get pissed. It doesn't matter.
Oh, he likes men. He's not going to answer. Come on, let's talk. He's been texting me all week long. We need to talk. BJ Herman, this is.
Well, it looks like it's about time to hang
When
on.
we say him, we mean BJ Herman.
Please leave your message.
Oh!
Goodbye. Say goodnight.
Oh, all of a sudden,
So,
BJ Herman.
This happened once before.
No reply.
Back into your door. No reply. They said
Lucha
it
Brothers
was
won
you.
the AEW Championship.
the Lucha Brothers.
You saw them?
Yeah.
They're Lucha. They're from
The
Mexico.
Lucha.
They're from
The
Mexico.
Luchas were
The Luchas won the AEW Championship, and AEW is the
Man, I
best
was so
wrestling show
excited. I
on
was
TV
so
today.
excited. I ate a freaking bucket of nachos while I was watching it.
Hey, we paid $70 for the pay-per-view,
About 75.
and then
Well, yeah.
freaking another $70
10 for
in
HD,
food.
and 10
for
for
our families.
HD, and then 20 for
It ain't
food.
nothing, but that's how much it's going to cost you. We're going to watch
The Lucha
AEW
Brothers.
every
So
pay-per-view.
congratulations
I
to
don't care
you
how much
guys.
it
The
costs.
Lucha Brothers, the first
Mexican
ever Mexicans
tag team champions of
to
AEW.
win AEW
Yep.
ever.
Wait,
so that was freaking
In fact,
great.
is there a tag team champion in WWE that is full Mexican?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I think not.
I think
no,
maybe
I think not.
Kalisto might have won a championship, but no,
But not tag team.
not tag team.
No tag team ever. This has
that's-
got to be a
that's Lu-
historical day for AEW or a historical
Yeah.
time. And these guys got to
That's
hold their belts
Luchadores
up high.
Federitos.
And they got to hold their belts up high, drink lots of tequila.
He
and
did
have
a backflip
great- I
off the
bet
top
you
of a cage.
Right after he did that, backflip or whatever on top
Off
of
the
the
top
cage.
of the cage.
After he did that, man, I bet you he drank a big old huge bottle of tequila.
Yep.
Had a great night. He probably pork.
Yeah,
ate
he's
some
got,
pork.
he's got the most beautiful wife in the
He
world.
ate some pork and he had a
Latina.
beautiful wife at the same time. He ate pork with his wife.
And his tag team, both of them ate pork with their wives.
Hey, but they didn't tag team the wives. I mean,
Oh, but
they
also,
did win a great,
let me tell
great
you,
match.
the guys that they beat are not married. They don't have
Not
wives.
married.
They don't have girlfriends. And
And they
What
worry
are they
about
called?
that.
What are they
Maybe
called?
that's why they lost. It could be.
I can never remember their names.
They're called the Losers because
All right, well that's what they'll be called. The Losers. Lucha Brothers won the championship.
second place is the first loser to the Lucha Brothers.
Hey,
I'm
did you
just
know?
kidding. Good job, second place.
Did you know that that bank accounts in Europe charge you?
Euro. No, we're talking about the UK specifically.
Specifically.
It might not have been Europe. I don't know about Europe, but we're talking about how UK
England.
charges. Yes, England. The English.
The Bank of England.
England, you want to charge me how much?
If
So they
you live
charge
in
you-
England,
If you live in England, you get charged for your UK. You get so much charge.
it's true. If
it
you
true?
live in England, please tell me, comment, give me an email. The Runner and Gunner Show
The Running
at
Gunner Show
gmail.com.
wants to know
Tell us how
if you
bad
guys are
taxes
from
are.
the UK. Tell
Hey,
us how much
we
they
live in
tax you.
California, and we were like,
Oh my
nobody
God,
could
the
be
taxes
taxed
are
more than
freaking
California.
highest in the world in California. You know why?
But then we
Because-
heard about the UK
Didn't we though?
having
Tell 'em.
they're getting charged to have your money. So if you have $5 million in your bank account, you're getting charged a percent to keep that $5 million. I understand, I get it, but I'm saying even California doesn't do that. We will eventually, not if I have anything to do with it, or not if Bitcoin has anything to do with it, but Africa doesn't even do that, England.
Yeah, they don't even do that. So the sad thing is that
It's sad.
only the UK
Don't
will
do
tax
that to
you.
your
Okay,
citizens.
Say you want to keep your money in a safe place. Hey,
Hey.
let me take. Okay, you have $100. Let me take 3 of those 100. Isn't that cold, man?
Oh wait, the only
trying to
thing
just
I could
keep your
do
money
as a
safe.
young man
Okay.
is keep my money with gang members?
Yeah. So if exactly. You want to
Exactly.
keep your money in a safe. We're gonna take $3 from your safe, and there's no guaranteeing that it's safe because they still got banditos,
Yeah.
just like we have out here.
No
So
guarantee.
if they take all your money and your bank gets wiped out, you're still gonna end up paying those taxes back to them either way. But
So I guess what we're
That's
trying to
just-
say is if you're gonna start a business and be a business owner, you might as well put that corporation here at Dead Center in Arizona Texas,
man.
where there's no taxes. Anyways,
Or
everybody,
come to California, the beautiful sunny side, where you get taxed a lot of money.
if you want to hear more about taxes, look at we have a Thursday edition of Runner Gunner where
And it's
all we
called
talk about is finances and taxes and spiritual motivation. But it also costs $1,500 a class, and that's a lot more than the average person that we're talking to on the Runner Gun Show weekly.
$15 a class, and guess what? We're going to tax your ass. But it costs a lot of money, so you better beware.
$1,500 a class, and we're still going to tax your ass.
But it costs a lot of money, and you guys
Well,
what you're doing. And just make
it's
sure that you place your money in the right trustful place. If you know the trustful place, then you already have the trustful place. If you don't know the trustful place, then you better find out your placement. So, what we are saying is things are only going to get better from here because we're going to drink some more beer.
And we just want to talk about one thing. How much did 2021? How much did 2020
suck? Well, how much? Let me
The
give you
Rona
cheers.
ruined.
First off, let's cheers and say every year is great.
Every year is great.
And as long as you stay great, nothing will ever suck. But if you recall the year 2020, when we were forced upon wearing masks and stuff, and things were a whole different issue. Remember, everybody was scared. Toilet paper was running out. The biggest issue
Don't
was
get me
toilet
started
paper.
on that. We'll
Yeah,
have
we're not gonna talk
another
about that.
butt episode.
No, no booties, no booties. Okay,
Nicki
no
Minaj's booty.
booty gives you cooties. Okay, everybody stay away from toilet paper. Yes, we're good with toilet paper now. So what we're saying is that things were different back then, and it's a whole different time now. But at the same time,
what do you
they're
think's
still
going to
trying
happen for 2022? I know 2020, the Rona ruined 2020.
Well,
Rona
one more thing
halfway
that
ruined
actually
2020.
ruined it was Kobe Bryant. At the beginning, rest his soul.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna talk about Kobe Bryant because I love that guy. And he was because we're in Southern California, not only Southern California, from LA. So
This is what I think,
Kobe
and
Bryant
I only will
impacted the
share
whole
with you
city
the
of Los
Runner Gunner
Angeles.
Show.
Huge.
But shh, don't tell anybody I said this. This is what I believe. I believe that God got jealous that we cared about Kobe Bryant's death more than we cared about his son, Jesus Christ. And that's why he sent the freaking Rona over to America. Hey, I didn't say that. Anyways, shoot. Where's Shaq?
Halt!
Let me get some Shaq-a-roni pizzas.
Don't shoot no free throws with Shaq because you
What-
will miss all day.
2020
anyway,
sucked.
2020 sucked.
It freaking
And,
sucked. There was
yeah.
no naked girls. There was no basketball.
2020
there
was
no
like shooting a
boxing
free throw with
matches.
Shaq. But I love Shaq, and 2022 and 23 are going to be like dunking with Shaq because it's going to be the
Yes.
best thing you could ever do. Shaq could dunk, and he's the best person ever. Anyways, yeah. So 2020 was a rough year, and we're going to talk about how it could only get better from here. Now we are in 2021, and we could only improve ourselves. And
What are
just
your
keep
predictions
on going.
for 2022, Runner?
Well, the predictions are
Your truest.
the year's almost over.
What are your
But
truest,
the truest predictions?
most predictable ability? If you could have what you want, and if everything goes according to your own plan, exactly the way it's supposed to be in your heart, what do you think the predictions of 2022 are? And that goes for everyone out there. The same
Wow,
question.
That was a
You're
deep
just hearing
question.
Runner's version.
But my version is, as long as I have a beer in my hand and an open can, I'll be all right. But besides that, really, like, I just want to improve my life and become a better person, treat everybody kinder and get a little wiser, gain some knowledge, keep pushing to what I'm doing, get better at everything, and at the same time, get rid of this stupid coronavirus that is bullshit.
Stupid.
But
It's fake.
but
it ain't fake.
It ain't fake. It's real. It's out there.
It's real.
But I just
It's out
hope
there.
that. I mean, the experts claim that they got rid of it and that it's going to
But
be gone
what
forever.
experts?
But yeah,
Who?
the experts in Australia, New England, and New Zealand, and Compton, they all got rid of it. So after that, they're gonna make sure that it's gone
We're
forever.
going to segregate the blacks from the rest of us.
Yeah. And so what I'm saying is that I want everybody to think just like I was saying. I want to improve myself, only get better.
We don't want the black
generate more
segregated
money,
from us. We actually enjoy them.
have more children, have more. What? Look, I mean, wear a condom,
More children.
and have a great time with life, and
There needs to be more people in the world.
and create the best thing that you are here to create. You know, whatever you're here to create, just freaking get out there and do it. Whether it's hamburgers, whether it's heaters, air conditioners, whether it's that or radio stations. Doesn't matter. Just give us your information and input and put it all down. You know what I mean? Like, create what you're here to create. And that's what I'm saying. Everybody improve themselves in that way.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my answer.
I agree. All you ladies out there, start having kids. You know, you got a girlfriend, just have a kid with her. Go to church, have kids.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's so good to have kids. You don't need to wrap it up. Don't
feels so
wrap
good
it up
too.
no more. Leave your tool at home and make a family. It's, you know, jump off the cliff. You know, take
Jump
that risk.
off that
Be courageous. That's what women love in men, is a courageous man. So just
Yeah.
let that
Right on.
freaking baby fly.
Mhm. Yeah, let it go and just release. You know what I mean? Like, release the hounds. Like
Yeah,
they say. Like
release the hounds.
The Simpsons say, release
The
the hounds.
millions
So-
and millions of hounds
So
that
all
are
you
inside
Lennys
of
out
you.
there, especially freaking Lenny males, you got to release your hounds. You
Especially.
know, you got to show these girls that what we're made of, because we are made of more than that. We are not made of plastic and toys.
Nope,
we
especially
are
if
man.
you're all
We're
like
men,
hard
men.
abs and freaking bulky. This
And
is
you
the
still are
perfect
not doing
time
it.
to freaking and the lady of your choice. Just pick one,
Let
the
me
best
work on
one,
myself.
the one that
because-
works with your mind and yourself.
Let me work on me, because I only love me.
Nah, that
All
ain't
day I'm
true.
gonna stare at myself and love me,
Oh.
because me is about me. Me.
How's that
more
working
me.
out for you,
No
narcissist?
more me. No more me. Come on, everybody. No
Anyways,
more me.
I know you're not a
No more me.
narcissist.
All right,
I know
Get out
that you
there
have a
and
man inside of you.
procreate.
Let that nut fly. Freaking get that lady that you like. Not that lady who your friends think you might like because you have a nice body. If you have a nice body and you like some chick who's short and has big titties, well then you freaking get with her. And you don't care what your friends say. And you knock her up, and then when your friends laugh at you, you laugh too and say,
Well, if you don't get with her, bring her this way, and I'll show you how it's done. I mean, hook up with her. And
that's what we're saying. Because if you're
do
not
it
going to do
before
it,
it's too late, because another
then
guy
Runner Gunner will.
named Gunner or Runner will do it. So you
I
better
got no
freaking
problem with having
recognize-
kids. You know, Genghis Khan had what, like 1 million, and King David had like
Genghis Khan was a fat, ugly sucker.
tens
but he
of
did have a
millions?
million. King David was
King David had
was
tens
a
of
man,
millions.
but he was a king. He
Genghis
had
Khan
jewelry.
had millions of babies.
Genghis Khan was a big
King
ugly,
David had tens of millions of babies.
King David he still got babies out there he don't even know about.
I'm actually one of them.
So am I. I might be too.
I think you
You
are.
never know. You know, that's just how it goes. And on the Runner Gunner Show, we tell you what we feel and we tell you what is right. We're trying to tell you what we think is right. And so we just want to lead your hand to the right direction. You know,
Hey, we
we're
read the Bible.
We're not actually grabbing your hand, but we're actually just directing you. We're pointing you to the path. You know, like in the Griswolds movie, they got pointed to the wrong path and they got pointed to this path and this path. He was like, hey, you go this way and this way, and they got their car stolen. You see, if you want to get your car stolen, then keep going in that negative direction. If you want to go the right way, you listen to us and we will lead you to the golden way direction.
Yeah.
Just like Dorothy and the Yellow Brick Road, follow it and follow us, you know, and you'll be in the freaking
And you
Emerald
remember,
City.
Clark Griswold always had a happy ending, no matter what. I mean, his cousin hijacked a person. Listen, we'll talk about the Griswolds, we'll talk about the Three Amigos, and we'll talk about John Landis, and Mel Brooks a lot more after these commercial breaks. Thank you, everybody.
Commercial breaks.
Yeah, I just bought my first Bentley, dude. I'm a millionaire.
259 miles per hour.
Yo, dude, I freaking got an Instagram account that gets $250,000 a
With
month.
700 horsepower.
That's still not quite enough to speed down the laws.
$1.5 million per buy.
I don't care how much anything costs. I'm gonna buy what is awesome and sick.
And with the meek of a lie, it flies by on your own Bentley tonight.
Why you bother, Brenda? What's wrong, Daddy?
I know it's wrong with that crazy motherfucker. He just came by the goddamn window with that fucking
Wednesday cracks.
You don't fuck, you don't do the goddamn thing.
Oh yeah, baby. Gross.
Those ghosts go down just like water.
Oh yeah, baby.
But yeah, so everybody, the end of summer is
It's
so
the end of summer,
close.
everybody.
What did you guys do out there? Did you guys wear bathing suits? You ladies, actually?
Ladies,
wear bathing suits?
I got one. I hope you ladies saw a lot of
Did you get a
naked men.
tan?
And I hope you ladies, and I hope you men saw a lot of naked ladies. All right, everybody.
Yes. Anyway, so everybody out there.
It was summer 2021. We thought the
summer should have been hotter than it was, but it was hot as heck because
it was hot.
the ladies were out there wearing their hot gear and everybody was sweating when they looked at them.
And nobody
Besides
knew
that,
because they all had masks on. And what's fun?
Yeah.
What's fun in that?
why is it fun? I mean, we've
all seen Eyes Wide Shut. We know that shit's weird.
and the Arabs do it, and they do it so nicely because they pick a girl by their eyes, but their whole body.
Oh, I thought you
is
said
covered.
the Arabs. The Arabs? Nah.
No, the Arabs do it and they pick it by their body, but their body, what if they wear a long skirt? What if their legs are as prickly as a freaking cactus? What the heck are you gonna do then? Anyways,
Gross.
we hope that you guys had a good summer too, and we hope that you got a nice prearranged marriage.
I was actually thinking that we should change the name of, what is it, Al Qaeda? On the news, when we talk about Al Qaeda, we should call them the jerk losers. So every time we're like, we got lots more to talk about. We're talking about the end of summer.
End of summer
2021.
2021.
Everybody.
So everybody
You
have a
thought
good time.
that the Rona
till
was
the
going to
end.
ruin your summer 2021, and it
Did
did.
it or did it not?
Did it or did it not?
That's what the big question is. So sometimes it did end it, and sometimes it did ruin a lot of people's different perspectives
You're
on
right.
Rona. But some people still went out there and still wore
Runner.
their bathing suits and still did their thing through
Can
the
I ask you a
beaches
question?
and everything.
What were some of the
What is
pros
going down?
of summer 2021?
The pros were everything was much better
Yep.
than 2020. You didn't
Yep.
have to wear a mask so much. You didn't,
Pro.
things that were growing before were not growing, which is popularity in the restaurants, the movie
Yeah.
theaters, everything reopened. The beaches reopened.
Wow.
You could do so much
Bro.
more before the freaking schools reopened to teach our children more. There's a lot of pros out there
That
to
is a
2021 compared to 2020.
More. What are
2020
more pros?
sucked.
What are more pros, runner? Think.
Think hard.
Another
So-
pro was that the price of Nikes stayed the same for the year. Another pro was that Bitcoin went up and made lots of millionaires.
Lots of money.
Another pro was that the change of hands in millionaires took place in the stock market, the
Yep.
United States stock market.
Yep. U.S. stock market
Another
went
pros
up.
was that we got another president and he was nice and kind and we accepted him. I like the other presidents. I like all my presidents. But, whatever. We got another president. I love
got
all my
another
presidents.
caca president.
I love Trump. I love Obama.
A new president.
It was a runner gunner
is
show, baby. America.
Kind of pro, but
Another pro is that
another pro is that things are growing in the community. The community can get
Nintendo
stronger
Switch came out.
and make
with many
things
more
better.
games.
And the Switch is only growing.
Another pro is that
With
a
so
lot of
much
people are
more-
nicer to each other now.
Yeah.
Another pro is that we had a chance to reflect.
And another pro is that you could wear no mask, go out and talk to a girl, and don't worry about if she has the Rona because it's highly unlikely right now.
Yeah. Another
And-
pro is if you're Chinese and you wore a mask even before the Rona, that you look kind of cool nowadays. You're ahead of the
Yeah,
game.
you do. You were way ahead. Yeah.
So what are
And another pro is if you were a Mexican blowing stuff around like leaves and wearing a mask, you're freaking awesome. And you're still awesome because I do that sometimes in the morning myself.
Another pro is that a lot of business went online where it should have been online in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's so many pros out there and way less cons. So people are just worrying about less. Everybody's just feeling better finally, and the con is that the freaking
What are some of the cons?
Traffic is worse and horrible if you live in the inner city. Traffic is back. The guys called the Porky guys are back. I don't know if you know who they are, but they
What are some more of the cons?
Well, I don't like to talk about the cons too much, but
You got to name a few.
well, prices went up. Everything. Meat went way high. Chicken went sky high. The prices, and gas went high again because I didn't talk about the pro for when the coronavirus was around, was that gas was at an all-time low since way back in the early 2000s.
It went down to $2.
Yeah, but
here in
now it's
California.
back up to $4. It's
$5.
doubled. Oh yeah, in some places $5. Actually, it's actually 5 something. So, yeah.
Another
Things
con
have
is that
changed.
I can't think of another con.
Another con is
I can think of a bunch of pros, but I can't think of another con. Funny.
yeah. Well, there is no cons because
It was the progression of the world.
the cons try to go in and get
It wasn't.
the COVID in jail just so they could get a pro, which is get out early release or get to the
I got
hospital.
one. A
And
con.
that was horrible.
A con is, in case you thought everybody that you hated was going to die, they didn't. They lived.
They lived. Thank
And
you.
not only did they live, but they prospered through it all.
And survive and made it.
Another
I've had a
con
couple
is
people
that
on
if
my-
you're evil and you try to kill people, that it didn't work out.
So listen up to the show.
You probably hated the Rona because it revealed you for your own
Pro shit in somebody.
Ursula
Contradictory.
pro-abortion self.
But
yep.
she could have. Anyway.
It is the end of summer.
Back to the good days.
That's what we were
And
talking about.
This is a pro. A pro is that
The pros and cons.
Gunner
It
is here,
seems like
and the pro
pros-
is runner is here. And
Yes.
that's what the pro of all time is. That
the
we are
pros
here.
that weighed the cons.
We have been with you guys throughout this Rona crap.
Pretty much, there
And
is
we
no
have
cons if you're down
been helping
and you're
you
tall
guys.
and you have a big D and you're like laid to the ladies and the ladies love you. And if you're a lady, if you're freaking smooth and you're sexy and desirable by all the men in the world, you have every man that you're married to, and you do. There is no cons ever in life.
There's no cons ever.
Like Neil Sedaka once said, "I love my calendar girl. I love my calendar girl.
Sweet.
Sweet
Calendar girl.
calendar girl. I love my calendar girl. Each and every day of the year." Brum, brum, brum. I used to joke around and say that song reminded me of BJ Herman. Oh, was that lightning through your
Wait a
windshield? You
minute.
saw that, right?
There is lightning going on right now as we speak.
California.
And things are going crazy.
Wednesday.
Wednesday
The
the 8th. And there is lightning striking again.
Anyways,
So-
everybody, we're coming to the end of the show.
Yeah.
There's lightning striking. Maybe by Friday there'll be even more lightning striking, and we don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the end of summer 2020-21. Yeah, we're sipping Grolsch.
Gross.
Hey, everybody. We
Cheers.
love you. Let's talk about a few more.
So what happened?
And all his daughters had kids.
Yeah. I only know some stupid jokes.
Anyways,
And
that
they're
was the
too
only
fast.
joke I know.
They're too fast.
Yeah.
So when sick as the audience, when your mama went to school, your mom was so fat, she sat next to everybody in the class. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you, everybody, I love you all. I don't care if you're a Lenny. I don't care if you're a boomer. I don't care if you're a BLM. If you're a Nazi, I don't love you. If you're Ku Klux Klan, then get the fuck out of here. If you're freaking...
Ku Klux Klan, pew, pew, fuck out of here.
If you're freaking Al-Qaeda, dog, I don't know. I don't know what to
If
think
you're
of you, man.
Al-Qaeda, join
Read
the Ku Klux
Bible.
Klan.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Seriously.
Join the clan, get a membership, go online, and apply.
So anyways, we're down
Apply
to
today.
the last minutes of the show, and we wanted to bring it back down to Ghost, man. We know you're sitting in your car wondering about the ghosts that we talked about earlier and how much they scared you. Well, we're going to tell you right here.
And today,
Shakespeare was a ghost.
Shakespeare died a very long time ago. Back
Who was
in the,
Shakespeare?
Who? William Shakespeare?
What? Did he exist? They also said that he might have been a company.
So he was actually...
It might have been the company Shakespeare.
He was from England. He was actually...
I believe that Shakespeare
I don't know
did
if
exist.
the kids nowadays actually teach, or the teachers nowadays actually teach Shakespeare anymore. But back in our day, we used to learn a little of Shakespeare.
Yeah.
But then if you wanted to learn on your own, you had to branch off on your own and get down with them.
It's true.
And so, actually, man, I was kind of like not a normal student. I was kind of a thug in school or whatever you want to call it.
But you like literature.
But I love literature
Yeah,
as
me
a thing
too.
because I used to learn.
I was a nerd. I
just
love
wanted-
video games, but I loved literature.
Literature was my thing. Me too. But I wasn't a nerd. I was I was hanging around with the wrong folks back then. Anyway.
I was always a nerd my whole life.
We used, I used to branch off. And
You and her, you mean?
No, I never had a her. Me
either.
Me personally, solo.
Oh wait, I did have a her for
I
6
didn't have
years.
her.
The worst years of my life.
I used to do my own and branch off and learn that stuff. So
By
what I
yourself.
thought was that Shakespeare was the man. He used to teach all kinds of different sonnets and poets and all this stuff. And you would learn them, and you would learn these different schemes
So
and
sophisticated.
and he had different writing styles, which were way out of this world.
Like
till
who
now.
does that? We don't have.
Nobody
different-
has that. Nobody
Runner
has
and
that
Gunner
now.
and I don't have different writing
Nobody
styles.
has that now, and nobody ever will have that. He had his own unique way of expression towards his feelings and towards his surroundings. And this guy was so set in his ways that he could just throw down anything he wanted to and say anything he wanted to, and it would turn to
magical.
gold.
It's magical.
It would turn to gold. And
It's a magical thing you just said right
that's
there.
the truth.
Because it's the truth. He had his own way of saying things and expressing himself and his feelings. But not only did he, because anyone could express themselves in a miraculous way, but this guy, he put it into like a commission, and the commission turned into a company, and the company printed books, and the books you read today are the same books that he put into commission back in the 1600s.
But translated and edited.
Translated and edited.
Translated and edited. See, we will never get the 100% pure ones, but he did
Still
speak.
just as good.
What he did speak was the English language. So,
Yep,
I mean, it's
he's
out
the
there.
British.
The real stuff is out there. Yeah, the British are actually what came before the English language. The English language was taught by the British, and they speak it all stupid, and we speak it correctly. Or either or. You could reverse it and say that we speak it stupid and they speak it correctly. Doesn't matter. Either way, we're all speaking the same language, and
I think we speak Hebrew better than the English.
Yeah, we speak. Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
because he drinks brew every day. So I agree with that too.
I try.
Me too. But yeah, he was a great guy, and we miss his soul. He was gone a long time ago, but he made music, movies, poetry, everything you could think about. This guy was on top of his game. I used to have a big old thick booklet, and he has thousands and thousands of writing. Like, this guy never stopped. Talk about hustling. But today, the reason we don't hustle is because we don't have the things that he had, which was distractions that we have nowadays. We have TVs. We have Wi-Fi, this and that, and this and that. Back then, they didn't have any of that. They had candle lights to keep them light. Candle lights. So candle lights mean that you got to just stay up all night and start writing your stuff.
If you see a candle light on a tree in the dark.
And then he would just write. And then just, the manuscripts are written, and everybody thought it was golden.
And printed.
And it's so much similar to these guys called the Beatles. But I'm not going to compare it to that.
So much.
I'm not going to compare it completely
another
to
guy
that.
named Beethoven.
Yeah, Beethoven, Lennon, yes.
Bill,
those guys.
Beethoven, the Beatles. Maybe we should call ourselves the Bunner and Brunner Show.
Yeah.
Or the Beatles and Breedles Show.
The Breedles and Reedles Show. Yeah.
The Beatles and Breedles Show. There you go.
There you go. The Breedles and Breedles. No, wait.
We're changing.
No.
We're not
Don't do it. Don't do it.
We can't. We're not
Hold
gonna
it back.
ever.
Hold on.
Hey,
So
we can't be as good as the Beatles.
Who are we talking about? Bill
and
Clinton?
we definitely can't be as
William Clinton?
good
What's that his name?
as Beethoven.
William Clinton, or what was his name again?
And we definitely,
wait a minute. William
can't
Shakespeare.
be as
William
good
Shakespeare.
as Bill Shakespeare.
Yeah, it's talking about Bill Shakespeare. I mean, William Bill Clinton.
But you were
Shakespeare.
saying that Bill had this way. You're saying that Bill did exist, and he had this phenomenal way of expressing himself.
His expressions were amazing.
But
his
we can't
poetry
describe.
was amazing. Like,
And
yeah,
it did involve everybody.
Can't describe.
It involved everybody, though. That's what we know.
He had no boundaries and no color
There's
lines.
no boundaries. And guess what? I also heard a rumor that he was the first one to accept women into his show. Did you hear that too?
Yeah,
secretly.
Macbeth, all that stuff.
He had to secretly accept women to the show because they were such great actors that he was like, all right, you put on a mustache and act buff, and we'll put you in the show. And
think about how much he got. Well, because of all the he got for doing that. Right on. Shoot. So he was the first, director to actually get without having to even do anything with the girl. Just tell her, hey, baby, come here and let's rehearse.
Yeah.
A rehearse would be.
I heard he was.
And he wouldn't have to even.
Pretty nice to the ladies too. So
yeah. So he was a good guy. There's nothing bad about him. He did his own thing, and he created a whole different world of acting and music and poetry.
But I still want to say that Brad Pitt is a better actor than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Unless you're talking about Anthony Hopkins. Is he British? He is.
I think he's from
Anthony Hopkins is
British California? No, all right, yeah, British.
So
I thought he was from England.
So thank you, William Shakespeare, for inspiring Anthony Hopkins, because that is the best actor who's ever existed, in my opinion.
Yep, you're right.
But anyways, Shakespeare is also a ghost.
Yeah,
and they say that his ghost
haunts
still exists in England. He haunts the old building where his theatrical performances used to be taking place. And when somebody acts bad, doors slam, boards fold, and people become corrupt. Is it true? What year did William Shakespeare die? Who knows? Because supposedly his theater buildings are so haunted that you can't even walk around without being scared, without tripping, without falling, without being humiliated by a presence. I like to believe that there is folds in physical matter, just like a record player, that hold sound, pockets of sound. But when it comes to William Shakespeare's haunting everybody, I'm going to tell you, if you believe in ghosts, then I think it's real.
And so a lot of people say that William Shakespeare actually died on his birthday, which is April 23rd. He was born in 1564, and they say that he actually died on April 23rd and of the same day.
420.
April 23rd, yeah. Yeah, just right after, he got high, and one day he just said, I gotta kick the bucket. I'm out of here. So I don't know how many years, calculate suckers, but that's a while. So he's been here for a while. When he was, that's 15 whatever, and then 16 whatever. 1564 to 1616. How the frick long? Damn, that's a long ass time ago. So now we're talking about all these years ago, and this guy was so amazing still. Why aren't people out here being Shakespeare? That's what pisses me off.
Why aren't they being Shakespeare?
Why isn't there a Shakespeare right now?
Why isn't there? Why isn't there Shakespeare now?
Why isn't there a Shakespeare? Why isn't somebody out there?
Oh
kicking
wait,
ass?
is Conor McGregor? Is he Shakespeare?
Not even close. I'm
is
sorry.
freaking
I
Venom
love
Part
him.
2? Is Venom Part 2 written by Shakespeare?
Great, but not quite.
Is freaking Marvel Universe, was that by Shakespeare? Did Did Shakespeare write every character in the Marvel Universe?
There is nothing that can compare to Shakespeare, and that sucks because we should be writing a new Shakespeare for the people that are going to be reading about us. What are they going to read about us? They're just going to read about us. These idiots created the whole
I am
cyber
not saying
universe.
that there is not people who
so
write better
cool.
than Shakespeare these
Which is
days.
so cool.
I'm saying, what is the reason that 200 years later we can't find someone? 300 years later,
300
we can't.
plus.
400
Plus.
years later, we
Well,
can't
yeah.
find someone to write better than Shakespeare. Shakespeare's
is
the
that?
bar. Shakespeare's the bar. We all know we wouldn't be reading Shakespeare unless he was the bar. And if I don't care how many billions of dollars you make,
in your high,
if the quality of what you are creating and producing is not better than the bar that Shakespeare is, then just leave. Just go put it. Go to reality. Go make money someplace else. Because obviously you have a good brain, but just leave it out of
go
creativity.
sell your booty on
because
the
you're not
corner if you
creative at
can't
all.
do it. If you can't do it, then you might as well.
Or you're not creative in entertainment.
Yeah.
Entertainment's a different creativity. You could
Entertainment
sell.
is a whole other thing.
Look at Jeff Bezos, is the richest man in the world. Do we want to watch him in a movie? Actually, Bezos. I want to watch Bezos in the movie.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
But ain't no damn
Wait.
Shakespeare. You see,
Runner and Gunner. If we make
if
enough
we
money,
make a movie,
we can put.
we
Bezos
got to
in
get
our
you
movie.
guys out there, and we could show
And,
you guys
and not only in
how
just
to
a
make
clip
it Shakespearean.
of our movie, we could put Bezos as a character in our movie.
We can. Cheers to that, man.
And that's what we're saying. Like, have a little creativity. Where's the Bezos movie? Where's the Bezos freaking performance in a movie?
Have a Shakespearean
Why
experiment.
doesn't Knocked Up have Bezos in it? Why doesn't freaking Seth Rogen movies have Elon Musk in it?
Yeah.
You know why? Because he would never do a movie like that.
Never in his life.
Runner and Gunner, we're PG. We're family friendly. We don't cuss. We don't swear. Yeah, we let one slip, but so did Saturday Night Fever, right? When you watch that, we're saying this. Bezos is a billionaire, but he's not entertaining. Runner and Gunner, we're also billionaires, but we're entertaining.
Entertain you guys. We're trying to keep you guys, keep you guys happy because we want to keep you guys going, and we really care about our audience.
And I agree that providing books to the community is an amazing service.
Yeah, it
but
is.
so is providing laughs, humor, and intelligence.
Great freaking insights
Insight
on the world.
Sophisticatedness.
For sophisticated insight and giving them
Sophisticated
freaking,
insights.
giving them advisory on how
I am mad at you on this.
how to
Wanna
greater
teach you.
yourself.
Because when I'm old, I don't want to watch. If I was 80 years old and I saw Seth Rogen, I'd be like, oh man.
Seth Rogen would be freaking walking in a walker.
Yeah. if I was 80 years old and I
rolling in a
saw
roller.
freaking
A roller.
an Adam Sandler movie nowadays, I'd be like, that sucked. If I was 80 years old and I saw Venom Part 2, I'd be like, I watched Terminator 2 in the theaters, and now this is coming out.
That is not comparison.
Yeah, it's not.
Not even close. That's what's sad, though.
Anyways, we're not talking trash.
Time.
It is time to end the show. And guess what? If you're in your car listening to the show, we want you to know.
We want you to know
Lenny's,
one thing.
have
Lenny's
kids.
have kids.
Have kids. Love
Have a
your
lot of
girlfriend.
kids.
Knock her up.
Tons of kids.
Learn her. Learn. You know why they say you can't understand women? You know who says that? People who don't learn their women. But Runner and Gunner we learn our woman.
Learn
That's why
them.
we have women. And that's why Lenny's
Learn
are
them
single.
before you burn them. That's the thing.
You get married, you put the ring on their finger.
Then you might have to burn
Silver. Silver. You burn it or not, it's still going to exist.
Either way, as long as you learn that, lesson number one. Then once that is good,
be happy, love your wife,
You'll
give
be
her the
fine.
good deed. You know what it means every single night. But you just got to be a man. You have muscles in your abdomen. Learn what your Y chromosome means.
Yes.
Because it is a beautiful thing. Y chromosome is forgiveness, Y chromosome is tolerance. Y chromosome is existence. Y chromosome is fun. Y chromosome is mischievousness. Y chromosome is this unbelievable strength.
Unbelievable strength that comes
Y
out of nowhere
chromosome
at times.
is when God put his soul in you, that was what your Y chromosome was.
Meant to be.
When he ripped your rib out and made a different chromosome, the Y wasn't there. You are the only one with the Y chromosome. So men,
and
love,
guess what, man?
live, exist,
There is.
and live
Exactly. 2 girls for
Live
every boy.
life
So
satisfied.
Live life
Satisfied.
satisfied.
Live life satisfied.
And remember, 2 girls for one.
One girl.
You got us outnumbered.
if she's hot enough for
You
you.
got us outnumbered. Got us outnumbered,
2
guys.
girls, but you're going to have to decide between one of them. So that means you're going to have to be satisfied.
Oh, yeah. All night.
Live life satisfied. Runner,
Yes, Gunner. What
We-
is up?
we both live life satisfied.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm satisfied
You know-
to the fullest right now.
You know how many
Every day.
freaking double G's I've seen in my life?
Oh, man. Tell them.
Too many to mention on the family
Yeah, I've
version.
had a few myself, but I'm not going to mention either.
You know,
But yeah, it's happened.
you know how
It
many
has happened.
wives I've had? I actually haven't had any wives.
And Runner hasn't had any wives himself, so ladies, stay wise.
Ladies, stay wise.
You know, open your eyes and realize who are the real men in your lives. Come on, find it. Search.
Oh yeah, baby! All right,
So
everybody.
Here we are,
Here we are.
the Runner Gunner Show, and it's time. We got to get going now. We got to let them
We
go.
gotta get
and
going.
We gotta say,
We want to say that we have sponsors. We're going to show you the commercials after our sponsors, but we're also going to show you that we're going to get into a lot of more ghosts as
Ghost
October
stuff.
comes closer upon
oh
us.
man, you guys are gonna get creeped out and freaked out.
In fact, the first episode of October in season 3 will actually be on a new platform.
Season 3's coming up.
It'll be the Runner and Gunner Show platform exclusively on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, but it'll be at the Runner and Gunner Show.
Yeah,
at gmail.com.
Runner Gunner Show at gmail.com.
Things are getting big, everybody, and we're talking about things that nobody else talks about.
So
So
get
we're telling
with
you,
the freaking program.
get with the
Listen
program.
To us.
We
Yeah.
love you.
Get with what's real. We love you guys. That's right. We love the
Runner,
guys,
could you
if
tell
you're listening
them
now,
how much we love them?
you know what, guys?
Please.
If you guys are listening now to this right now, then you know we just want to shower you with love. All we want to do is tell you how much we love you. We love you guys more than when the sun came up and the sun goes down. Every day, that's how we feel, and we love you guys more than everything. The fans mean everything to us, and there's nothing else that we'd rather have than the greatest fans in the world, which are ours. The Runner Gunner Show fans.
You know what time that show is? It is time for the 2-minute rundown before we get down to the end of the show. The NFL is back. We actually saw that the
NFL is
Buchanan Buccaneers are facing
Buccaneers
the Cowboys
tomorrow.
Friday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. The Dodgers.
The Dodgers
It was a
kicking
good
butt,
one between them and the Cardinals. They
and
won.
They've been winning, and they've been doing
They've
good.
been winning. We hope they win the next couple
Pujols,
days.
At his first game, hit a home run in Cardinal Stadium on Tuesday, I believe.
Oh
So
yeah.
that was good. Otani, once again, has
Ohtani
been
once
kicking butt,
again.
just like always. Otani is the MVP. There's no doubt. Otani's the mastermind of the Angels, and besides that, they kind of suck unless they could keep it up and get in playoffs. But the drive for the playoffs looks kind of disappointing. Dodgers are going. Angels are struggling. They might make it.
Everybody, we want you to know that there's things coming out this 2021.
NFL is starting next weekend. This weekend.
NFL starting. Hockey's going to be starting.
Hockey.
We got soccer, another soccer championship coming around.
Next month, basketball begins.
Basketball's beginning, you know.
Next month, preseason's already going down.
We already talked about the Lucha Brothers winning the AEW championship.
Man, nothing but beautifulness. You know, the days are getting prettier and the girls are getting prettier, so go out there and score you 1 and 2 or 3 and figure out which one is best for you and me.
Yes, everybody, we want you to stay healthy, stay humble, and as always, stay amazing.
Solid.
Runners that are not responsible for any injuries, postponements, or collateral that may occur during or post segments of our entirety of the show. You are now or have been listening to. We would like to add any involvement with similar subjects in the show are completely coincidental and may or may not be facts. We would also like to thank you, Lennox.